If you were to ask me what the best car I've ever owned is, I would probably say my Rover 75. But if you were to ask me what my favourite car is that I've ever owned, I would say my Fiat Coupe 20 valve from 1998. I've wanted the Rover 75 since I was about 11, but this I've wanted since I was a kid. After seeing one rotten on a driveway in my hometown, I knew when the opportunity arose, I wouldn't be able to pass it up. And of course, when the opportunity did come to me, it was sat on a driveway with a hole in it in Bradford. It had zip ties on the front bumper and the grille. It had some horrible headlights, but I just knew I couldn't leave this car. It was just something about it that clicked. I originally wanted the turbo, but in my opinion, this car just sounds so much better. So after handing over the concerning sum of £425, this thing rocked up at my house with a leaky exhaust and the aforementioned issues. It was the first project car I ever worked on and the first car I properly bonded with. So after lots of screeching, cut hands, sore fingers and shouting down the phone at some people, she eventually made it on the road. And one of my first memories of this car was when I was driving it back from its first MOT in 5 years and it decided to break down outside of a fish and chip shop in Hillsborough. The lovely ladies came out and pushed me just off the tram tracks, which was the most inconvenient place ever to break down in a car. And I went on my way, of course looking like a bit of a tit, but I didn't care because this car has so much charisma, it can just get away with things like that. Another great memory is when I used to take out day insurance or hour insurance for this because I couldn't afford to fully insure it because I was around 19, 20 at the time. And we of course had a limited time then to drive around and to get home. This thing then decided its alternator doesn't want to work, so it sat there running out of battery. We had to turn off things like the lights and we had to selectively indicate, of course, as safely as possible, but it got us home anyway. And of course this car can get away with that. It made a lot of memories with me. It followed me through to from the best times in my life, from being a business owner to one of the worst periods of my life, which was when my Mercedes got stolen and we had to, this thing was in for its cam belt change while that happened. So luckily this thing didn't have its keys taken, but I had to drive this around some of the worst estates in Sheffield just to see if I could find that car. And this car gave me a bit of hope that I could because it never let me down in that situation. Luckily, we managed to find 4 cars, but sadly, none of them were mine. 2 of them were burnt out, so nobody knows what happened to my car. And I can remember, while I was driving this, I said to myself, it's just me and you now, I guess. So I think I'll be able to use you as a daily, I'm not sure. And then it decided to fling me off the road into someone's field. The driving experience in this car isn't like a normal car. It's not about sheer numbers or how fast it gets off the line or anything like that. This car only produces 147 brake horsepower from the factory, with the turbo model at 220 brake horsepower. So most modern day hot hatches would absolutely smash it in a race. However, when it comes to the sheer atmosphere of the car, it just can't be beaten. That great 5-cylinder noise, the roar of the exhaust, the incredible interior, and just that dynamite styling, those 2 great slashes down each side. It's just an incredible experience, and that's what this car's about, an experience. It's not about numbers or how fast it can get off the line. It's about an experience, and this car delivers that in bucket loads. This car isn't particularly fast, but it is a great handling car. The steering is really nice and precise, but the suspension is a bit wallowy around corners. But it does feel planted and it does feel sure-footed. Just make sure to get a set of good tyres to hold you on the road, because I made that mistake and I ended up in someone's field. So this is quite a special car to me. Obviously, with it being my first sports car and Fiat's first coupe in 20 years from the day it was released, it is quite an exclusive car as well. There's only about 107 of these ones on the road in my model, the 20 valve naturally aspirated version, and around 260 of the 20 valve turbo. So it's a very exclusive car. And I don't think it's fair to compare this thing to a Ferrari, because it's not a Ferrari. It's a Fiat Coupe, and it's a car in its own right. And it does offer the same sort of things as a Ferrari, the stunning looks, the great style and the exclusivity, but it is a car in its own right. Of course, its journey from being an absolute mess with a hole in the floor to now being the apple of my eye, if you will, in terms of my cars. So I'm very, very fond of it. It's sort of like a really good mate, and it doesn't really matter what other people are driving on the road. They still give you that look. They even pull up to you and do this and stop you in your tracks just so they can swear at you. But that is what makes it special. The response it solicits from people and the response it makes me give whenever I drive it. And that makes a special car to me. So at the end of the day, it's not really about the car you own, it's about how it makes you feel. And this thing makes me feel like £1,000,000. So, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you like this one. There's a bit more production quality here. No pulling no phones out today. I hope you subscribe and like and share this video, because it took me a week to make. More on the way every week, hopefully, if it's sunny and nice. And yeah, share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, and keep watching.